I'm Casey. I'm 27 and married to my husband, Ryan. Ryan and I were the perfect couple. We loved the same food, hated the same people at work, and always wanted to move to Japan to spend the rest of our lives over there. A few years after meeting, we realized getting married was inevitable, so why not just get married to each other? We were best friends and a great team. Time moved fast from the moment we decided to get hitched together. We quickly met my parents and went on a few outings with them. Ryan and my dad got along specifically well with their similar tastes in humor and somewhat vigilant nature. When it was time to meet his parents, I was a bit scared, but it was all for nothing. Turns out they were the sweetest too. It was his sister Ruth that became the villain of the story, though. The first time we came across each other, Ruth's reaction was, "You're getting married? To her?" Ruth had come home by herself that day. She was shocked when we met. Apparently, she never got the word of the wedding plans. She'd gotten married herself quite recently, but apparently, her husband usually never visited the house.
Ruth, you know this. I told you.
You never told me. We haven't talked in ages. You haven't called me in so many days.
Yeah, because you never pick up. I've left innumerable messages on your machine. You just never call back.
Oh, forget about that. Weren't you dating Jenny?
That was in high school, Ruth. What's wrong with you?
God, it's been ages. How are you? She went in and hugged Ryan. Just how long had the two been out of touch? I was standing there stunned. Ruth didn't seem to notice I was there the whole time and went on to carry on a conversation with Ryan until he introduced us.
Since you didn't get the memo, this is Casey. We're gonna get married soon, and you're invited.
Hi, Casey. I'm sorry about earlier. By the way, where are you from? You don't look very American.
Okay, easy with the assumptions there, Ruthie.
Ryan's dad said as he sat on the couch, overhearing the whole conversation. I thought he wasn't paying attention, but the man was locked in on us. I felt comfortable in his gaze. He reminded me of my own dad. Oh, it's okay. I am American, actually. Born and raised. But you don't seem very... How do I say it? Oh, I get it. My grandmom was Mongolian, so maybe that's why? There you go. So you're not American after all. No, I am. I just told you I was born and raised here. But your family, you see.
Ruthie, enough. Stop making her uncomfortable.
Oh, if she is uncomfortable with me, imagine what will happen when Marcus comes along. Don't mind us, Casey. We're a curious couple who like to ask questions, especially when it's about my brother's fiancé. We laughed it all off. I didn't know what she meant by the last statement, but I wish I didn't have to find out. Marcus was her husband. His name was rarely spoken in the house, and I'd never met the guy. I sensed some sort of family issues coming from the whole thing, but I didn't poke and prod. That was until Marcus and Ruth invited us for a little double date on a random weekend. Ryan sat me down at his place for a bit to let me know about something.
So, about Marcus. You're not gonna like him. He's annoying, obnoxious, and just really strange.
Oh, okay. I love how excited you are about the date.
Please believe me, the guy is banned from ever coming into the house, okay? It's serious.
Banned? For what?
Oh God, here we go again.
He squeezed his palms against his head and took a deep breath before speaking again.
Marcus hit one of our cousins on the day of their wedding, okay? We love and have all our faith in her, so we know she's not lying. He's a sleazy guy. Too bad Ruth was head over heels for him, so we couldn't convince her to divorce him.
Oh my God. That's why Martha rolled her eyes every time Ruth said his name? Martha was Ryan's mom. She was extremely endearing to everyone, but she reached oddly every time Marcus was mentioned. Now I know why. What are we going to do?
They insist that we come, so we're going, but we'll get out as soon as possible, okay? Maybe an hour max. I'll make up an excuse, you just go along with it.
So we planned on getting rid of them quickly. We went to the cafe fully prepared. I was honestly nervous about meeting this creepy guy, and sadly, everything Ryan said to me turned out to be 100% true. Marcus really did give me the eeks. He was a real estate investor in the city and talked way too candidly about things that he shouldn't be candid about. Also, he had a strange way of behaving. Here's how he welcomed us as soon as we got into the cafe.
Oh, look at you two. How do a weirdo like you get a girl like that, Ryan?
From the get-go, Marcus was a complete jerk. I didn't like the way he greeted Ryan at all. The cafe staff was giving us weird looks. Marcus had clearly left an impression on them before, and now we were part of it too. Great.
That's an odd way to say hello, but okay. Hi, Marcus. Long time no see. Yes, we're all grown up. Getting married to this beautiful lady? She's nothing compared to your sister, though.
He said that as Ruth settled down next to him and snuck into his arm.
Marcus, I was 27 when we last met. Anyway, how have you guys been doing? Skip the formalities. Tell me, what kind of people are you? Do you prefer babies or no babies? You know, me and Ruth prefer fish, but kids can't be too bad.
No plans yet. We're just getting married, that's all.
Then make the plans. Kids with looks like yours would make it big, Casey. Write it down somewhere.
Okay, stop with this already. They'll have a baby when they want to, okay? Get a waiter or something.
I was expecting normal conversation, but you opened up the table with that?
Oh, come on. Again with that. We're not normal people. We're better. And Casey looks smart. She'll get it. Won't you, Casey? Marcus just has a different way of voicing his opinions. That's all. I was absolutely lost. What was going on here? Why would Marcus hit on his fiance's cousin on his wedding day? Stunned, I just nodded along the whole time. I didn't like Marcus's energy in the room. He kept finding excuses to touch me, like passing me sugar when I didn't ask for it, and dropping his phone close to mine. Ruth, on the other hand, completely ignored me most of the time. She'd only talk with me when she had horrible questions like, "So why did you move here from Mongolia? It just sounds kind of nice." Again, I was born and raised here, not there. It's just my heritage. Right, yes, you did say that. I think I wasn't really paying attention. Tell me, if you had to choose between staying with Ryan and going back home, not where you were born, but where you belong, would you go?
Ruth, she belongs in America. She just told you.
Okay, I'll ask again. Would you? I'd rather stay with Ryan no matter what, Ruth. I'm sorry, but I find it very uncomfortable that you keep breaking this up. But I get that you're concerned about your brother. I'm not going to abandon him. Ever. Oh, how sweet of you. Yeah, I wouldn't leave Marcus for anyone either, but you know what they say. The prettier the better, so you better be the prettiest at the wedding or someone's gonna steal him.
If she's too pretty, someone's gonna steal her. Let's see who gets stolen first.
It was a complete headache. It was like talking to two children who couldn't think past a certain set of topics. Ryan was clearly trying not to yell at the two of them and storm out, but I just smiled at their stupid little jokes and acted like it was fine. Honestly, I just wanted to get rid of them. Soon the torture was over, and the two left to go on their own solo date. Me and Ryan went home and ranted to each other about how much we hated them so quickly. Marcus was clearly a sleazebag who kept staring at me. When I noticed him doing so, he put on a pair of sunglasses. Ruth, on the other hand, sounded like she was fixated on my culture and the way I looked. Ryan said that we'll hopefully never have to tolerate them at the same time again. Marcus worked for long hours all day, and Ruth would spend most evenings with us. I hoped we'd bond a little while, but that plan didn't work out so well either. One day I got a call from an old friend who was invited to the wedding. We talked for several hours in the backyard. Ryan was at home, and I didn't realize Ruth was trying to eavesdrop on me from her room the whole time. When the call was over, she bumped into me in the living room. Who was that? A friend. We were talking about the wedding. You looked awfully happy talking to him. What's going on? What do you mean, what's going on? Of course I was happy. He's a very good old friend. Any reason he only calls when my brother isn't around? Ruth, what are you trying to say here? Look, I know you're getting married to my brother, but in America, we keep things close to the chest. So know that if you hurt my brother with another man, me and Marcus would make sure you come to surely regret it. What on earth are you talking about right now? Ruth, I am from America, so stop telling me about it. I'm really over your little microaggressions. And are you accusing me of trying to cheat on Ryan over a simple phone call? You better watch your tone. My brother is mine to protect. He's a little stupid, but I'm not. I see right through you. You've been looking at me oddly since day one.
Because you keep saying odd things and mean things about me and my culture. Oh, honey, it's not my fault you look a little bit like a clown and don't know how to talk to people in a cafe. Now stay off the phone, or you'll see things go down very differently. She said that and stomped away. The cafe? I know I didn't say much, but I never felt included in the whole conversation. Ryan kept trying to ask my opinion to help me feel included, but the other two wouldn't even talk to me. Later that day, Ryan came back from work. He and Ruth quickly got into an argument about how the flowers were supposed to look at the wedding. She wanted to control how most of the designs would look, and he was not happy with it. I hadn't mentioned her previous shenanigans to him yet. I wanted to brush it under the carpet. Things like this kept on happening. I'd always spot Ruth from the corner of my eyes trying to watch me as if she was hired private detective. One day, I was driving to the airport straight from work. Ryan could have come with me, but he happened to have overtime that day. My brother Henry, who lived in San Francisco, was coming to Jersey a week early for their wedding. I was so excited. I waited at the airport for a little while, and when he arrived, he instantly picked me out from the crowd and squeezed me in a big bear hug. "Look at you, bride-to-be. Holly, I'd like you to meet the husband. Now come on, where is he? Should I give him a little brotherly talk, if you know what I mean?" "What? No." I laughed as we walked away from the crowd towards the car. "You love him, okay? Just relax and be friendly. No brotherly talks." "I rehearsed the whole thing. Don't hurt my sister or I'll find you and bring you to justice. You know, like Liam Neeson or something." "Yeah, that happens in movies. Not in real life. Now let's go. Ryan will be back from work soon. I'll call him over to my place. Let's go see Mom and Dad first. I want to surprise him." We walked towards the parking lot, and I quickly found my car. I was really excited to get home so we could surprise our parents. Henry hadn't been home in some time now, and even though I hate to say it, he's the favorite child. But it helps that they don't differentiate a lot. There's always the, "Oh, give the candy to your little brother" thing going. But that's all right. I turned on the car as we were talking, and the moment I pushed the gas pedal, something felt off. Car was moving weirdly and slower than it should have. I don't know how to describe it, but Henry felt it too. "Stop." He looked at me. "I think you have a flat." "What? Oh, God, not right now. Car was just sitting here. Can you go and check?" Soon we'd find out not one, but 3 of the tires went flat. I'm not stupid, and I knew someone did this specifically, but why would someone do that? Suddenly, I felt very unsafe, just standing outside of the car in that parking lot, so I locked the car and rushed outside to get a taxi. There, I got all the answers to my questions.
"My love, what's going on?"
Marcus had driven up the sidewalk in his car. It looked like he'd been waiting there for a while. What was up with the 2 of these? I quickly pulled out my phone and dialed Ryan. "What are you doing here? Don't you have work?"
"I'm the owner, darling. I go whenever I want." "Casey, who's this clown?"
Whoa, bro. How about you chill out? We know each other, don't we, Casey? Great. Ryan's phone was going to voicemail. I get that he was at work still, but God, I was starting to really hate my boss for making him do overtime that day. Is this your doing? Is Ruth round here? What are you two up to? I don't get it. Whoa. Relax, beautiful. There's no Ruth around. I swear I just saw you here and wanted to come help. Where are you going? To yours, I'm sure. I'll take you. No thanks. We'll take a taxi. Come, Henry. I grabbed his hand and started moving away. I don't know what was going on here, but Ruth had hit a limit. Slashing my tires and trying to have us escorted? What is this, some criminal racket? Marcus got out of his car just as we were walking away and started yelling.
Oh, so now we're doing this in public? Don't you worry. I've gotten pictures of the 2 of you holding hands. Real fresh for Ryan to see.
What? What was wrong with him? My jaw had dropped open, and so had Henry's. I didn't let go of his hand and stomped my way to where the idiot was standing with the phone in his hand. This is my brother, you dimwit! Oh. Yeah, oh. Now you get it. You know, I'm really pissed at the 2 of you for messing around here, and you specifically are uninvited to the wedding. Have fun by yourself clicking pictures of strangers. Goodbye.
What is this creepy guy doing here? Who is he?
Henry asked me as soon as we got a taxi. I told him the whole story, and he suddenly started rethinking his decision of coming home early. The rest of the day went as expected. When Ryan joined me and my family at home, I found some room to tell him everything that was going on. He was furious. I wanted to call Ruth that very day to tell her, but he delayed it until we were out of my home. Once we were home, we told Joe and Martha about everything, and they gave us disappointed looks, as if they weren't even surprised.
What do you think I should do?
Well, Casey has already gone ahead and uninvited that creep. All that remains is your sister. I guess it's really your choice.
No, come on. I get it, but don't say that. He's still family.
You hear what she did to the poor girl.
Did you see her that day, Casey, sweetie?
No, I didn't, but I'm fairly certain she's involved.
Of course she is. The clown is not smart enough to pull all this off by himself. God, okay, look. Let her come home. Me and your mom will have a chat with her. I'll let her know how it's going to be from now on if she wants to attend the wedding, but please don't cut her off. I don't know about that, Dad. I'm pissed about this whole thing. We had to go back to the airport to pick her car up, and Marcus is getting on my nerves. I might just send him to jail if I see him again.
And you can do that, but first, let us have a chat with Ruth. Ryan complied out of respect for his father. I moved back with my family and didn't hear from them for a while. Apart from Ryan himself, of course. He would tell me how things were taking off between his parents and Ruth. They were having a loud shouting match the other day when Ryan came home. He said it wasn't pretty, but Ruth was okay now. She also sent me an apology message the same day. It wasn't much, but I allowed for it. The day of our wedding was also the day that we moved into our brand new apartment that we bought together. The ceremonies went on one by one. I wasn't the big grand wedding type, and nor was Ryan, as long as everything was okay. Nothing odd happened on the day of our wedding. We just wanted to get past everything and go inaugurate our apartment. It was a ceremony we decided to carry on for fun. We'd already shown the place to people when it was still in the works. Now it was time to see it all put together. Come on now, show us the place. You worked hard to get it, haven't you? Ruth was in the little crowd that also included my parents, Henry, and Ryan's folks. We were really happy that we were finally together, and she hadn't been any trouble the whole time, so we were okay with her snide remark at the time. But when we cut the ribbon and opened the door, what we witnessed was a house of horrors. The brand new TV had been smashed in. The couch had been covered in what smelled like hard liquor, and the drapes had been torn away from the windows. I swear I could hear my heart breaking.
What? What is this? Somebody call the cops. Guys, all of you wait here. You too, Casey.
No, I'm coming with you. Ryan tried to keep me away, but I needed to see what was going on. I was way too scared out of my mind, so much that it had numbed me. The place had been trashed completely. Our brand new kitchen that had been covered in broken plates, and some of the cabinet doors had been torn off their hinges. The fridge was wide open as if it had been that way for a while, and the electricity was completely gone. And guess what we found in the bedroom? Marcus! Just laying face down in our bed, fast asleep.
Oh my God, Ruth, what in God's name have you done now?
I'm headed up to here with you now.
What's your husband doing inside our apartment on our wedding night? Why did you do this to us?
I don't know what's going on. I have no clue how he got in there. Please, you have to believe.
Believe you? Have you lost your mind? I've called the police. If you don't tell me what's going on, I'm having you arrested with him.
No. Please don't do that. I swear, I don't know what's happening right now.
Ruth, you need to come clean, or... Oh, hey, guys!
Henry had taken a tour of the house when everyone was busy arguing, and I had broken down into tears. He came out of the house with some entrapment in his hand. He found something in our bedroom inside a closet when he was looking around.
I found this in your room. It's a camera. Oh, you're so getting arrested tonight, Ruth. This is so much more than just slashing your tires and stalking her.
Ruth burst into tears and fell onto the ground crying. She was talking, but none of it was comprehensible. Everyone stood there trying to get her to talk, but she wouldn't speak anything that made sense. Soon we heard police cars drive in. That's when she found her voice again. I just wanted to prove to you that she was cheating. She's been talking to someone on the phone, I swear. Oh my God, you psychotic woman! I've told you so many times now that I talk to my friends on call. Why can't you get over yourself?
Where's the feed? What? The feed to the camera. What do you use to watch it through, Ruth?
Answer him.
My phone. I use my phone. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Please don't tell the police. I'll never do anything, I swear. I'll leave you be.
Much too late.
The police arrive on the doorstep soon, and we filled them in on the whole thing. It was a whole circus when everyone watched her and Marcus get taken away. By then, we managed to secure her phone and open it. Henry was a tech genius and managed to find the app on her phone after forcing Ruth to unlock it. We showed evidence to the police right then and there in front of her. All we could see was Marcus completely destroying the bedroom. He came in through the door without breaking it, but he seemed under the influence that day. He was yelling,
How dare you leave me out? I'm going to make sure to welcome you in your perfect paradise.
He laughed and rolled around, tearing pillows out of their cases and tossing the whole place around. Turns out, Marcus became an investor in the property the day we told Ryan's family we were looking to buy an apartment in the building. From then on, he had enough influence to get the hang of duplicate keys. It was all the way too messed up. We filed a case against the property managers. It wasn't pretty. Ruth and Marcus were arrested for their crimes. Marcus's picture was in fact in the paper. Meanwhile, Ryan and I moved away to a different part of the city, instead after getting a refund for the previous property thanks to the charges we filed. I was just glad I had finally gotten rid of them.